This is Tanaka. I'm requesting backup.
You're surrounded, demon. Give up.
Your backup has arrived. Wait, what'd I miss? What's up, fellow collectors? Today I am talking about the Halo 5 Guardians Spartan Tanaka action figure. This is a very cool looking figure. I haven't even opened her up yet, and I'm already pretty blown away by the amount of detail I could see on this figure. She comes with a DMR and a pistol, and you get a rendered picture of what she looks like in the game. Very cool looking stuff. On the back here, you get to see all the figures that come out within the wave. Got a ton of Spartans. It's pretty much all Spartans. And, hopefully we'll get to see some Covenant characters in the coming waves. I'd really like to see a redone version of the Arbiter and some Elites. I think that'd be really, really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and open this figure up and review it. Alright, I got this figure opened up and out of the package, and I am very, very impressed with this figure. This is probably one of my favorite figures that I've gotten so far out of the Halo 5 line. And, I have yet to open up a couple more, but so far, this is my favorite, and I'll tell you why in this review. Let's go ahead with what she comes with first. You get a really cool DMR, and it's completely resculpted to fit the Halo 4/Halo 5 model. And it looks very, very nice. Love all the paint applications, detail, and sculpting work that they did. You can see there's a little hole here, so you can get a weapons peg in there, and that just plugs right in. And she has a nice spot on her back right there to actually plug this right into. And that looks pretty cool. She also comes with a pistol, which is the standard pistol that all of the Halo 5 figures come with. Pretty cool. I like the application of the paint. The dry brushing kind of makes it look a little bit more battle worn. Definitely a fan of that. Before we saw all of these all silver bland painted pistols, and now we get a little bit more depth with the detail on them for the Halo 5 line. You also get a weapon peg for it, which you could plug right into the weapon, and then plug right into her right or left side of her thigh. Now, just like all the other Spartans, she can hold on to her pistol with very relative ease. Now, the DMR, unfortunately, is a little bit of a different story because of you got this bracket here and this additional little bracket above the trigger. It's actually really hard to get this weapon into her hands completely. As you can see, the figure does not have a trigger finger type hand. So, the fact that it's this rounded, holding a cup type motion, it's really hard to get this figure to hold on to the weapon. Well, not really hard, but you could kind of finagle it in there. And as you can see, it just kind of barely fits, but it's still kind of, the hands are kind of overlapping this bracket here. And it'd be really nice, I'm probably actually going to end up cutting this off and then cutting down this bracket here so I can get her hand all the way up into the trigger, and I think that'll just look better, Sometimes you got to modify these things a little bit. Now you also get this requirement pack download, which is going to give you some additional, cool bonus content when you, play Halo 5. It's got a little code that you enter in. It doesn't tell you what you get with it, but I'm sure it's like a different weapon skin or armor set or some kind of additional bonus content, which is always nice. It's very cool of McFarlane to kind of be partnered with, 343 and then have these kind of cool bonuses that you'll get just for picking up figures. I'm going to be picking up Halo 5, and I got a ton of these, so I'm excited to see what I get with each one of them. Now going over the articulation, the head can look up and down and rotate very nicely. The arm's got a nice amount of rotation. You also got some good articulation here at the elbow and at the wrist as well. You got a decent amount of waist articulation. The hips are a little bit limited in the articulation right about here. You can't really get a nice smooth motion out of the leg bending it back because of all this extra plastic kind of holding it in place. It looks a little awkward. Especially for me, I make animations. I like to try and make their walking a little bit smooth. It's kind of hard to do when their hips are like that. You also got some good articulation at the ankle, and this is the first figure I've seen of this wave that doesn't have any toe articulation. It's all one solid piece for the foot, which is a little bit strange because everyone else has the toe articulation except for her, so that's a little bit weird to me. Now, as far as detail goes, this figure is very, very, very well detailed. McFarlane did an amazing job with the detail on this figure. You know, this figure just looks so realistic, you know, in a way that it came right out of the game into your hands. You know, they just nailed every little detail with this figure. I love the visor. I love all the blue accents that they put all over her helmet. All the little engravings and markings above the helmet look just fantastic. And all the little arbor bits all over her chest. I really like this paint scheme with the silver and then the blue accents. Then you also got some red accents down here filling out some of the legs. Really just makes this figure kind of pop out at you. Even on the back here you can see more of that blue detail work, and I really like that, along with more red inserts. I like these little cables and hoses that they got coming off the back of the armor. Very, very cool looking stuff. The way the back is sculpted and the whole sculpting of the legs just looks really, really great. And I'm really happy with the way that this figure turned out. So overall, this is a really awesome figure, an awesome Spartan. Definitely something to add to your collection, and something that really, in my opinion, kind of stands out from the rest. You know, I just really, really enjoy this figure. And, you know, all the figures in the Halo 5 line so far have really, really been an improvement since the previous lines that we've seen from McFarlane. Seems like they've kind of stepped it up a little bit more with the detail and the overall build of the figure. You know, back in the day, especially with the Halo Reach line, you got like loose joints left and right, and you know, it really sucks for me because I'm an animator and I love making animations, and if I get a figure with a loose joint, that pretty much just singles them out to not be able to use at all because he can't stand, or I can't really pose him and get him to stay in a pose long enough to do an animation with. Go ahead and check out my channel, guys. I got a ton of Halo reviews on there. I also collect Mortal Kombat stuff, Walking Dead, Star Wars, Mega Bloks, and all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe because I come out with new videos every week. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.